The drama with a female narcissist often begins with her relationship problems, whether it's with a boyfriend, a friend, or someone else. You meet this girl, and she's in a toxic relationship, no longer in love with her boyfriend, or dealing with some issue with him. She talks about it to anyone who will listen, there's no other subject. At first, you might think she's a narcissistically abused victim who can't stop venting about the mistreatment. You might feel for her, especially if you've experienced that yourself. But it's different, even though it looks the same. She's fishing for those with high empathy, carefully observing those who show genuine care, not just the facade of it. She knows that the only way you can distance yourself is by posing a cold or indifferent facade. This becomes the perfect way for her to smear you when you try to break free after she's hooked your empathy. She doesn't even need to do much, your own desperation to escape will lead you to smear yourself. As you struggle to break free, you'll appear vicious because no one will see that you are caught in the grip of a predator or parasite draining your energy. All they'll see are your desperate attempts to escape, framed as actions, making you seem like the abuser and her the victim. She pushes and pushes with this drama because, often, those who appear strong and non-empathetic on the surface actually have a deep reservoir of care and empathy, one she wants to tap into. She knows that you will be thinking about her, that she can fill your mind with thoughts of herself. She loves to possess your time, your attention, and your actions. She wants to make you her servant, her slave. She wants to be your master. Narcissists also look for signs of previous grooming for these things. The mechanisms are already in place, waiting to be uncovered and manipulated. For me, that grooming machinery was built by the Roman Catholic religion, its scriptures, teachings, sermons, and prayers. That programming became the core of a lifetime of narcissistic abuse, in all its forms. For most people who've been through narcissistic abuse, sharing such stories, though they can't help it, is often accompanied by guilt. They feel bad for burdening others with their pain. It becomes a cycle of venting, anger, and frustration to someone, only to later feel guilty for having burdened them. At the same time, there's often gratitude toward those who listened or helped. But narcissists? They don't care. They expect you to listen without question. If you don't, they begin devaluing you. They might accuse you of being rude, even if they've never once listened to a word you've said. Manipulation technique, emotional imprisonment. If you notice this happening in your life, stop it immediately. It's dangerous. Female narcissists use their victimhood to make you their emotional prisoner. They share every detail of their boyfriend drama, and if they're not sharing drama, they're boasting about how much everyone loves them, how pretty they are, and how amazing they are. Be cautious of people who seem to be abused by their boyfriends. Sometimes, it's not the boyfriend who's the abuser, it's them. They overshare personal details without any regard for boundaries, which is a major red flag. Manipulation technique, conversation control. Don't expect a female narcissist to let you talk about yourself. If you try to change the subject, they'll either ignore you or find a way to steer the conversation back to themselves. It's subtle at first, they may respond to your topic once or twice, but the conversation always loops back to their drama. If you've experienced narcissistic abuse, you may feel compelled to help them, sharing your own stories to connect. This is exactly what they're waiting for. By sharing your vulnerabilities, you show them you're empathetic and willing to listen. This is how they identify you as a good victim. Manipulation technique, guilt and gratitude trap. Initially, they'll act grateful for your help. But soon, they'll expect more and more. They might exaggerate their problems, even minor issues, to get your attention and assistance. Eventually, their gratitude disappears. You're no longer a friend, you're their servant. If you fail to meet their demands, they'll start a smear campaign against you. This is when you start feeling trapped. The fear of their retaliation keeps you in the relationship. The victim facade. Female narcissists are especially dangerous because they use their victimhood to manipulate. When they meet people, they often appear cool, confident, funny, and outgoing. They'll only play the victim role with people who they know will care and provide them with support. Once they've groomed their servants, they live their lives elsewhere, projecting an image of being fun and amazing to those they don't need anything from. A personal example. I once had a friend like this. When I met her, she seemed confident and cool, sharing personal stories without hesitation. At first, I thought I was old-fashioned for being uncomfortable with how quickly she opened up. She told me she didn't love her boyfriend anymore and started dating someone else. They were still living together due to their lease, but she brought her new boyfriend into the apartment and slept with him in the same room as her ex. She acted like this was completely normal. What shocked me most was how she reacted when her ex-boyfriend found someone new. She started a smear campaign against him, calling him worthless and mocking him. She even broke into his computer to read his conversations with his new girlfriend, sharing intimate details with us. Looking back, I can't believe I continued being her friend after witnessing all of this. But narcissists are masters of confusion and manipulation. Final thoughts. If you meet someone who overshares relationship drama or plays the victim to gain sympathy, be very careful. It's easy to feel sorry for them, but they might be grooming you for their own benefit. Trust your instincts, set boundaries, and don't ignore the red flags. They need therapy, and you should never take on the role of a therapist.